Hello everyone, I'm so excited to be back here on my Facebook Live on Friday. I was out of town the last I was out of town the last 2 weeks and on the Maui incentive trip from Stampin' Up. So I am back and I'm going to share with you today one of our recent paper pumpkin kits. This is our paper pumpkin and these are the cards that you can create with it. So they're a lot of fun. This was a great masculine set. Definitely could be used for anyone that has baseball in their heart and loves the game. Each month, Stampin' Up! Features a different paper pumpkin, and they give you a sneak peek before it happens so that if it's something you're interested in, you can go for it, you can order it, you can even add extras, you can order extras and have them for friends and things like that too. When I saw this one, we're a big baseball family, and I knew it was one that I was going to enjoy. So I have opened it up because I've used it, but I'm going to open this up a little bit and just share with you what comes in the paper pumpkin. So each month you're going to get this right here, which is our instruction sheet. So it gives you an idea of what the cards look like. And then when you open it up, we have these brand new in color step-by-step directions, along with a ruler along the side for measuring your ribbon or twine or embellishments in that, which is really neat. On the back, it gives you a few extra ideas of what you can do. And then it also has all of the supplies that you're going to be receiving. Even better, there's a little QR code that you can pop on and you can find out more about the paper pumpkin. So paper pumpkin, if you just go to Instagram, the paper pumpkin Facebook page, all of those are going to have lots and lots of great ideas. But I am going to start adding Paper Pumpkin Friday and sharing the projects with you. So that's what I'm doing today. It'll usually be the last Friday of the month, and that way it gives us all plenty of time to get our kits in. So now in this kit, I have a Night of Navy ink spot, which you're always going to get. This amazing stamp set here. It has so many different pieces on it this month, along with the words dad, grandpa, son, uncle, friend, mom, brother, all of the great little sayings that you can always add to other stamp sets you have. You also will receive, in this one we have a whole sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals and some of our Baker's Twine. It's white. You will receive some mini glue dots here. Here are some tags that you can stamp on. Also these great embellishments here. I'm kind of putting it on my lap as I take it out. And then with this one, you received 3 sheets of these die cuts. These ones pop out and aren't adhesive, but a lot of months they are adhesive. You also get 3 of each of the cards. So let's, I can't separate those there. Let me see if I can get those apart. Okay, so we have the basic here baseball pinstripe. We have some wood grain like a bat, and then this fun red starburst. So those are our 3 different card bases. And then it also comes with envelopes. So one of the things I love about Paper Pumpkin is they always add something fun on them. So the inside of your envelope has that really cute blue pattern. Now the first time you order Paper Pumpkin, you're going to get a block with it also, which is really kind of nice because the block that they give you is our basic square block like this, but it's a little bit thinner and it will hold any of the stamped images that you're going to get in your Paper Pumpkin. All right, let me set that aside and let's get on to some fun stuff. So I'm going to lay these 3 cards out for you right here. These are the 3 cards that we're making, and they are the cards that come with the kit. So it's going to be, just these 3 that I'm going to go ahead and share with you. But then I thought, how fun would it be to have some treats, especially with Father's Day, graduations, birthdays, and things like that coming up. I'm going to show you how we can turn these 3 cards into 3 different treats. Now the 3 different treats that I'm going to share with you, you could do the same layout with any of our Paper Pumpkin card kits. So it's something that even though I'm showing you in baseball, if it's something that you like, you can change that up and you can do it with some of our other kits too. Now, I just realized I'm missing one thing. So real quick, while you're taking a peek at these, I'm going to go grab what I'm missing. Sorry about that. I thought I had it sitting right next to me, and I must have, when I was cleaning up, cleaned it up. So let's go ahead and let's create these 3 cards, and then I'm going to share with you the 3 other treats. Okie doke. So we are going to start off with this one first. Now the base of this one, so there's no little pieces in there. Okay. Set my envelope up here. This is the card base. One of the neat things about it too is that this design is printed on. So you have the white inside, so you have plenty of room to write and you don't need to add anything there. This was one of the die cuts. It's a fun little stripe that we're going to add on. And then this is a home plate, which is really cool. So we're going to have that. And then I have my white twine that we're going to also add to that. Scoot this down a little bit. I see I'm a little bit off the screen, and I don't want to be off the screen. I want to make sure that you guys can see everything that I'm doing and make it easy for you. Okay, so we're going to start with some of our adhesive, and I'm going to just put a dab of this in all the corners. This is our Seal Plus. What I like about the Seal Plus, it's one of our strongest adhesives, and you just need to add a dab in each of the corners. So that's going to hold that down well. Next, I am going to stamp my image here. So let's get my Night of Navy ink. Now, as I said, Night of Navy is the color that comes with it. And then I'm going to get my sentiment that says, "You're the best." I'm going to scoot that over. It's kind of giving me a little shadow. All right, I'm going to ink that up really well. And stamp it right here in the middle. There we go. And then I put, "You're the best dad ever." So now I'm going to take my little word dad and just stamp that. And now since these are photopolymer, we can see right through. So I am going to be able to come right next to it and then put the word ever. So "You're the best dad ever." Now on this one, it said 12 inches. So I'm going to just do a little guesstimate here on my table. I could have measured it off, but the actual size really is not going to matter in the long run. So I'm just going to take this and just wrap it around a little bit like that. So I've kind of got it coming out the ends. Move this over, put a little dab of adhesive down, and then I am just going to kind of spread that out just like that. Okay, this keeps popping up on me, so I'm going to pull in my bone folder and give that edge a nice crisp crease there. All right. I had this and I was trying to get to where I could see any comments you guys are making, but for some reason they're not showing up. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, Karen. Thank you for commenting. Now I know you guys are out there. All right, let's bring in some dimensionals, and I'm going to go ahead and put them down on here. And I think I'm going to add 2 more right here. I do use a lot of dimensionals. I like things when I put them down and I want them to pop up, I like them to stay popped up. I don't like them to come down or flatten out. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. Now this card is very simple, very quick, and that's one of the things that Paper Pumpkin likes. They like to be something that everyone could do. Nothing that's too hard to do, but definitely something that if you wanted to, you could really spruce it up a little bit and add some more. So now I'm just picking up with my Take Your Pick tool some of these gems. I really like them. They're kind of a matte look, so they're not shiny, which to me tends them to work really well with anything that's masculine. There we go. So there's our first super, super quick card. All right, let's bring in our next card here. This one is going to be our All-Star card. Now this would be a great one. You could do All-Star Dad, All-Star Uncle, All-Star Brother. It'd be great for a birthday, could be used for Father's Day, anything like that. And here are the die cut pieces. So we have the word All-Star, we have a baseball, we have this little strip of red, and then we have 2 bats. This time I'm going to start off by using my bone folder, giving it a nice crisp edge there, just like that. All right, and then I do need to stamp something on here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp on that. I'm trying to think if I want to use, I think I'm going to go ahead and use, I have two suns, so they're each going to get one of these cards. Go ahead and stamp the word sun right there. And now let's start building this card. So again, I'm going to use my Snail Plus, just a couple quick little pieces there. I'm going to line this up right like that. And then let's add in a couple of the bats. Now the bats, the adhesive would work fine because this does do just a minute little piece, which I can just go like that. But I'm also, another thing to use is our multi-purpose glue. I like this when I have small or thin things because it definitely, you know, as you can see, I can just do a really thin line right there and it worked out just right. So I'm going to go ahead and just add these bats just like this. Pretty simple. And next I'm going to take my baseball and add some dimensionals on the back of that. Paper pumpkin is also a great thing if you like to go and craft with your friends, or if you travel and you like to have something with you. I know a lot of people that travel for work and they always like to have a paper pumpkin they can bring with them, so that when they're in their hotel, they're not in a meeting or something, they can pull out a little bit of craftiness and they can just have some fun with it. Now the paper pumpkin kits, they come as a complete kit, and if there's extras, they will sometimes have those available, but a lot of times they'll also have some refill kits. So they do go very fast, so if you really like a kit, you're going to want to hop on and get that as soon as you can. Now the kits usually come out around the 20th or something like that, so about the 3rd or 4th Monday of the month. Now it does change sometimes, but that's about when it comes out. When you get the refill kit, they're going to come with just the paper product. You're not going to get the stamp set, you're not going to get that type of thing, but you will get all the paper products so that you can continue using your stamp set. Now there is a new stamp set in our catalog that has a baseball cap that can be coordinated with this, and you could probably use some of the product and keep on stamping. And each month they'll feature products, not each month, but most months they kind of feature something else in our catalog. So they'll always let you know. In a little bit I'm going to share with you what the next month one is going to be, and then share you the suite that it coordinates with. All right, this is our last card, and then we'll get working on the treats. All right, get all my pieces out there. I tried to get all of them set up ahead of time so I wasn't having to pull anything. Now this one we're going to start off right by popping this one up with some dimensionals. Getting that going. All right, there we go. And we can go ahead and just put that down just like that. Again, I forgot to do my little bone folder here. Let me go ahead and do that. Keep that nice and crisp. See how much flatter that lays now? It's not puffing up on me. I like that. We're going to take a little bit more, and this one's at about 5 or 6 inches, so I'm going to go with this length right here. Just trim that off. And then do a little, just kind of wrap it around back and forth like that. And then I'm going to add a glue dot. Now the glue dots come in the package, but I actually put mine away, so I'm just going to grab one real quickly here off of my roll. And I'm just going to place it right here. Now glue dots work great when you want to tack something down. You don't want it to go flying away. So I am just going to use that and kind of tack down my twine here and just kind of make it go back and forth. Nothing fancy, just, we don't need any pretty bows on it. And now I have this little piece here. I'm just going to lay a post-it note down so that since I'm doing white and it's on top of the white, sometimes it's really hard to see. So Let's see, what word do I want on this one? I think I did grandpa on my other one. How about dad? We'll do dad on this one. So I am just going to put dad right, whoops, I kind of went down too soon. Let's flip that over and we're going to do dad, just like that. And then I'll pop that one up. It looks like these dimensionals fit just perfect on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put dad, and then it says you're in a league of your own, which I think that's an awesome thing to be. And then I think I'm going to take and just put, whoops, 2 of my embellishments right there. There's a little fuzz on there. Just put the 2 of those right off here, since it's a shorter word. When I did the grandpa, it was a little bit longer. So here's the grandpa, and it really takes it up. But the dad was a little bit short, so I decided to go ahead and just add that. And then let's add a few more. We can put some here. Now, between my samples and creating these, I probably have used, I've used 2 of my kits. Now in this kit you get 9 different cards, so they give you usually have plenty extra, but sometimes when I'm using extra of the embellishments, they may not, go quite as far. So I'm just going to have handy my second pack because I really like these and I like to use them a lot. Okay, so this is our 3rd card. So I'm going to set that aside and we can bring that out later. And I'm trying to think of which kit I want to do first. Okay. I'm going to bring this stamping piece in because I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. So this one, I took the card that, let me pull it back out here, this card right here, and I used some of the pieces from that along with some of the pieces from this card. So I kind of did a little mix up there. So let me show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay. Grab my pieces. Now, believe it or not, in this kit, there was even some bubble gum. So I went ahead and I'm going to use that bubble gum to put in the tree. I'm using one of our clear envelopes. These you find with our regular white and vanilla envelopes. They have a little tab here that will seal it, and I use these all the times for my treats. I love that I can just fold that over and seal it. And on this one, what I did is I sealed it at the bottom, so my top part can always stay intact, and you can just slip the treat out. If you wanted to add more treats and give it to someone else or pass it along, you can still do that. All right, let's set that aside. And now I cut this piece. It is 4 3/4, I believe. Let me go this way, yeah. So I cut this piece 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this was the width of my card right here, but I just trimmed a little bit off so that it would fit my bag better. I trimmed off a 3/4 inch strip of the stripe, and I'm going to go ahead and just split it because it won't go all the way across my whole top here. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to put that down, add a little more adhesive here. Hi Terry, good to see you. All right, and I'm going to just add a little bit right there. So I do have a gap, but that's okay because we are going to put our baseball down. And I think I'm going to use Friend because I think these would be great little favors that you could hand out to your kids' friends. Be great for a birthday or even like after a ball game or something like that. Now let's take that and I'm going to adhere that back down. Have it kind of hang off the edge just a little bit there like that. And then let's take the All-Star and pop that up. And then we'll do a little bit of fun stamping. Now since I only cut off and I'm only using the wood grain part, that means I have another part, oops, I skipped one thing, that I do have another part, and it's this white piece here, which was the back of my card. So this piece we're going to do a little stamping on. But before I put this together, I am just going to wrap around a little bit of this twine. And I'm going to tie a bow. Now when I tie a bow with twine, or even with ribbon sometimes, I like to grab a glue dot. And once I know where I want my bow to be, I can just press that glue dot down. And then I take my ribbon or my twine and I press it into it. Now the knot is kind of there, or the crossover is there. And when I go to tie my bow, I don't have to worry about it being loose and floppy. So glue dots are great for a lot of things, but this is one thing that I use them for all the time. It's something that you really always want to have on your desk to help you. All right, so there we go. Now we can take our little all-star banner and plop that right on top like that. All right, let's do a little more stamping. That's why I actually brought out this little paper here. I'm going to stick that aside. On your paper pumpkin instructions, it's going to tell you what other colors coordinate. So we had Night of Navy, Real Red, and Soft Suede. Those are the coordinating ink colors that we're going to be using. I want to make sure you guys can see this plenty as I'm doing some stamping. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to do the bats first. And the bats are done with the Soft Suede. Now I am just bringing them in random. There's no... Whoops, make sure I get it inked all the way. No special direction, anything like that. It's just a little bit. We're doing a collage with it, so there's no right or wrong. You can really do them any way you would like. And then I'm going to add some hats on here. I probably should make sure I've got plenty of room to do my last one that says All Star. That we're going to be doing, I'm going to scoot this over, we're going to be doing in our Night of Navy. So I can do All Star. Now I can go in and just kind of fill this all in with lots of the words. There we go. I think that's pretty good. And then to add just a little bit more, I am looking, where did that go? Oh, here it is. I took one of my Stampin' Write markers. This one is Soft Suede. And I'm going to take the brush tip and I'm going to add a few flicks. What it's going to do is it's just going to kind of fill in that background where there is a little bit of space. And kind of gives a little texture. So I'll move that up a little bit here. And hopefully you can see those little speckles, how they filled in. All right, now let's put it together. So I'm going to put this together. I'm going to move my ink pads up so I don't stick my hands in them. So I'm going to have the flap on the front. I'm going to slide this inside. And since this is the size of a regular card, it works perfectly for putting it in there. We're going to add that bubble gum. And then on the back, I'll pull the tab. And I'm just going to fold that over. So now I can shake the bubble gum down a little bit. There we go. We've got our bubble gum. And now we have the top. And you know what? I'm going to peek this off right here because I forgot I wanted to staple the top. So luckily I didn't press too hard. I was able to pull that right off. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get ahead of myself when I'm trying to do a project. So now I'm just going to take my stapler and staple it one time in the middle. It doesn't need to be a lot. And now I can put this right back on top. There we go. So there's our quick and easy treat. And when you feel like a piece of bubble gum, you just pull this off and you can slide your gum out. So I just think that's a kind of a neat and handy way to make a cute little treat. Wouldn't this be a great idea for doing like on a baseball team or something? I think that'd be really fun. All right, I'm going to move that aside because I'm not sure I need that anymore. If I do, I'll pull it back. Okay, the next one we're going to do is this cute box right here. Now this box I created, it's our mini paper pumpkin box. It's cute. It opens up like that. And then it folds in. And let's see what we're going to do now. I'm going to bring my box. Now I put this together. And what I wanted to show you and why I grabbed this is how the boxes come. They're flat and they're just easy to put together. You fold them on all the score lines, and then let me just show you actually, even though I have that one together. I love these boxes. I believe they come 10 in a pack. They're perfect to hold. They're perfect to hold all kinds of treats. I feel like my camera's down a little bit low today, but we'll just keep on going there. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining. Now, if you happen to have a daughter that plays softball, you could easily take some daubers or maybe a brayer or something, and you could go over the baseball, and you could make that a softball. I'm really worried about that ink there. Okay, so we're going to, this is the top. I'm going to kind of move that back. We're going to take these 2 tabs and pull them in, and then fold the side over, and they just pop right in. So there's no need for adhesive or anything on this box. There we go. And one of the neat things about it, other than I got some great blue ink on the inside, must be on my fingers, is that the inside is clear, like a plastic coated. So if you wanted to put in cookies, candies, anything, it's not going to seep through your box. It's kind of a protected box. We're going to pull in the sides, and then right here, these 2 flaps are going to tuck in right here, just like that. So now you have your nice closed box. All right. So here's mine I put together ahead of time in all my little pieces. Let's see if I can pop this out here. So for this one, I'm going to add, I just got some sunflower seeds. Now, if I had some more bubble gum, that would be perfect to put right there. I think I'm going to have to get some to add to this box. Now, it'd be a great one. Also, you want to put a gift card in here for Father's Day, maybe for a sporting goods store or something like that. That would be awesome. Now, this piece here, the main front of my card, this one right here, was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I went ahead and cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So it was a real easy switch over. I just had to trim a little bit off the bottom. And that piece I trimmed off would be perfect to use for something else too. All right, so I put adhesive on the back, of course, and I didn't really want to do that yet. So I'm going to set that lightly right there. Today I feel like I'm just getting ahead of myself. I haven't been live for a while, and you know how that goes sometimes. All right, let's bring over our baseball cap. I'm going to clean that right here on my chamois. Make sure I get all of that off. Red and navy are 2 colors that are definitely a bold color. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp navy on navy and just put some along here. Maybe do another one over there. I think that's good enough. Okay. Now you could do this freehand. I went ahead and just trimmed off a little bit on this end. This is our tailored tag punch. So it not only makes this great tag, but it also will flag the end of your paper. So let's add that on. Now this piece I believe is 1 1/2 by 5 1/2. I'm going to lay this right on top, just like that. And because the back side is sticky, that looks a little crooked. Let me see if I can move that a little bit. There we go. It is a little sticky. I'm trying to hold on to it and not press it down so much. So let's take some of our twine. I'm going to wrap it around once and then wrap it around twice and bring it over here. Now, since it is already sticky, I'm going to put this down just so that I don't glue it down to my top here. All right, let's trim this off. I think that gives me plenty. And we're going to tie that over here. Now again, I think I'm going to add one of our handy dandy glue dots. I'm going to plop that down right underneath there. Pull that taut and give it a little press. There we go. Excuse me. And now I'm going to tie a bow right here on the side. Now it looks like I'm tying it on the opposite side of the one I did already, but I'm just going to be a little creative today. Sorry, just took a quick drink there. All right, there we go. All right, so now we need to stamp on our home plate, and I'm going to do this larger one. It says, "You're the greatest of all time." I could see this being used for a lot of different things. Let me line this up a little bit, bring it down. There we go. Move this over here. And then, let's see, I think I'll do Dad. I'm going to go ahead and clean this because I want, actually, I'm going to do Friend. I want a little bit longer word on this one. Let's bring that little pink piece in here. I have Post-it notes always on my table, and I use them for so many different things. So let's just do Friend. Whoops, come on. There we go, that worked out perfect. Now we'll put our pieces together and finish off this cute little treat box. The first thing I'm going to do is add some dimensionals on the back of this. We're going to pop that up. Who wouldn't want to be the greatest friend of all time? I think that's a pretty big honor there. Lots of these dimensionals on here. Make sure I got them all off. There we go. All right, so then I am going to stick this. I think I'm going to bring it over here just a little bit. And you'll see the difference once I show you the other one, how I had the bow on the left the first time and now it's on the right. So I'm going to take some of my multi-purpose glue, just add a little bit there in the middle. And then let's get a little bit more on here. One of the things with the glue too is it's a little bit movable, I should say. So you can go and you can kind of adjust it and put it in place pretty easily. I'm going to add 2 of these dimensionals. They happen to fit just barely on here. Now if your piece you're trying to adhere is a little bit thinner, just go ahead and you can just trim. I'm going to have it go right there. There we go. Like that. You can just trim them off. There's a nice edge on your Stampin' Dimensionals. You'll notice that you can use every little bitty piece of the dimensionals. Whoops. Kind of stuck there. All right. So we're going to add just a couple right there. And if I want, maybe I'll add, come on, I'll add 2 more up in here. And whoops, the yellow one came off. There we go. And then let's add 1 more over here. All right, so both of them are pretty similar. I just kind of adjusted the side they're on, but I think they both turned out, just fine. So, all right, now let's move on to our last one. This one is a little bit different, not the normal what I'm doing, but what I'm going to be doing is creating this cute little bag box right here. I'm using this main baseball card here, and then I'm going to use one of our little tags. And then I pulled in, this is retired. I don't usually ever use retired stuff, but I love, love, love the denim ribbon, and I happen to have the spool still out, and I thought it went great with the baseball stuff, so I'm going to use that on my card. Now I will add the dimensions of these different boxes and treats that I did on the on my Facebook page. So you'll have all the dimensions if you want to copy it and do it again. But I'm going to go kind of quickly over the measurement of how I scored this. So I scored it. It's hard to see, so I scored it at 1/2 inch, and then 3 3/4 inch. 3 1/4. And then 3 3/4, 4 1/4, 7, 7 1/2, and then I trimmed off the last 1/2 inch. So this is 8 inches wide instead of the 8 1/2, and it's still the 5 1/2 going this way. I turned and then I scored it again right here at 1 inch. So we need to do a little bit of trimming here. On this one end, I'm going to trim off that little piece there, and then I'm going to trim up. I might have just trimmed off the wrong piece. Let's see. All right, and now we want this to cover up and go on top right there. So yeah, I'm okay. All right, so let's put some adhesive all the way down. I want this to be really sturdy. So now we're going to line this up and just overlap that 1/2 inch right here on the side. And now we have our little box. Now I did that extra little 1/2 inch because I wanted to have a little bit of a gusset on there so that it will pinch in when we go to put it together. All right. Now we're going to take the 2 skinny sides and we're just going to tuck those in like that. And then both of these tabs, the wider ones, I'm hoping that I'm not off screen. Let me pull that down a second. Okay, so these 2 tabs we want to add some adhesive to. So I'm going to add a strip all the way across the one and then flip it over and do all the way across the second one. If it goes over the edge a little bit, we're going to just tuck that in. Now this is our back, so I'm going to take and fold it in. And then I'm going to take the front one and I'm going to fold that down. I like having that smooth edge here, and so that's why I wanted to make sure that I had that on the front. On the back, it still doesn't look bad, but it's nice to have that on the front. Okay, next I'm going to pinch that together a little bit, and I am going to just use a hole punch and punch a hole in there. So I've got my hole. And then again, I just took one of those clear envelopes, I wrapped it, sealed it, and have some sunflower seeds in here. I'm going to push that down in there and then grab some of this ribbon. Now I didn't have any of our red ribbon. That would have worked great on here, and I didn't have the wide one, so if you want to use something that we have right now, that would probably be a better one to use, and I wish I would have had some handy, but I was all out of it. So I'm just tying a bow. I'm going to have to make these projects all over again with maybe one of our paper pumpkins that's floral or something, so you can see how you can totally take the same exact idea and totally change it up. All right, let's put some more dimensionals on the back here. Now in this kit you did get a full sheet, I think, of dimensionals, so there's plenty of dimensionals to go around. So make sure you're not skimping on your dimensionals and you create it so that it really stands out on your projects. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm going to take my little piece of white here. We're going to stamp something on there. All right. There we go. It looks like I trimmed that piece off from something. Let's see. I think I'm going to do Grandpa on this one, so I'm going to use the wide one. As you could, like you're going to run out of anything. And then I'm going to just ink it up with our Night of Navy. Go ahead. See if I can. I think I just put my head under the camera. There we go. That turned out okay. Now let's add some dimensionals on there. Now today I kind of adjusted my time. I have been coming on at 3 o'clock, trying to figure out what the best time is. But in the last couple days, I got lucky and I got to watch my granddaughter, so we were having fun. So I did do it a little bit later today, and I kind of think that I like having it later, so we'll see. You guys let me know. If you think that this time is a good time, let me know. All right, we'll put those there. I guess that's good. We leave it like that. So there we go. That is our third treat. Now let me just put these ink pads away real quick and I will bring these projects back on. Now I will be posting individual pictures of each of the items that I made. So here are our 3 treats. And as I said, the dimensions of everything that I cut. So I want to make sure I've got these in the screen really well. I think I do pretty good. Okay, so taking these 3, let's pull the cards out. Here is, maybe I can move it up and we can get them both in there. So you're just going to see a little bit of how I changed things around and went from cards to treats, all with the pieces that came in my paper pumpkin kit. Quick and easy. Scoot down just a little bit more so it fits in. But it's just something, if you get a kit that has like treats and stuff to make and you're not into making treats, you can easily probably switch the parts out and make some cards with them. And in this one, it was to make cards and I switched it out and I made treats. So the paper pumpkin kits are very, very versatile. You can really switch them up and move them around. Now let me give you a sneak peek of 2 different, next month's paper pumpkin and then something new that's starting in June for Stampin' Up. All right, where is it? Okay. I had, of course, I tucked it aside here. Let me open up my catalog. This is our new annual catalog, and if you love this design right here on the front, you're going to love next month's paper pumpkin. So next month's paper pumpkin is Expressions in Color, and it's going to coordinate with this suite of products. So we have this beautiful stamp set right here. We have these gold embellishments that are coming with what's in the catalog. So what's in the actual paper pumpkin is going to be a surprise, but we do know it coordinates. So I have a feeling it's going to have something gold that goes along with it. And let me show you real quick here. I should have marked the page, but I'm going to show you the paper right here. Isn't that beautiful? It's got specks of gold. It's got so many pretty colors. I'm really excited. And it looks like the colors they're going to be pulling in are this purple and pink color here. So if you're interested in paper pumpkin, I'll also have a link where you can sign up for paper pumpkin. You can choose to do it as a subscription and just be billed monthly, or you can choose to do it as like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, something like that. The other thing that's neat about it is that if you see a kit that you're not interested in, maybe you're not into baseball or that, and you didn't want that kit, you don't have to cancel. You can put a pause on your kit anytime you want. The important thing to remember is that you sign up by the 10th of the month, or if you choose to not get that month, or you choose to want multiple kits, you do it by the 10th of the month. So if you're interested in the one that I just shared with you, that Impressions, let me just put that back here, Impressions in Color, make sure to sign up by June 10th, and then you'll receive that later in the month. I think they start shipping out a couple of weeks after that. So maybe after the 15th, the 20th, somewhere in there, you're probably going to start getting your kit. But it's shipped right to your house, and you have full control over your subscription. Okay, so a little bit something new here. This is a new program that we're coming out with. It looks like Paper Pumpkin, but it's not. It is going to be a kit in a box, very, very similar to a Paper Pumpkin, but you get to pick the kit. So starting on, I'm going to pull out some pieces here, and scoot that over a little bit, show you what comes in this one. This is a great kit for beginners, maybe someone that doesn't have a lot of stamps and maybe isn't really interested in getting stamps, but really likes to make cards. So you're going to get these beautiful scalloped envelopes, 3 different colors. You're going to get these sheets of sentiments. There's 3 of them. They're not only in English, but they're in other languages. So if you have someone that lives in another country, or you want to send this as a gift to someone else, then you'd be able to do that. All right, so there's some of our sentiments. It comes with these beautiful, like rhinestoney, pearlescent things there. It has dimensionals and glue dots. It has these really pretty die cuts. I mean, these are things that it just comes in the kit. All you have to do is get it and put it together. So here are some of them. They're like laser cut die cuts. They're beautiful. I'm going to hide that picture there for a second. there were these butterfly cards. They open up like that. My table's probably looking like a mess now with all these pieces. And then these other beautiful laser die cuts. And then we have our card bases. So we have this one here with the rainbow. And then we have this one here that's white. Just a white base. And then you have the actual full butterfly card like that. All right, let me set these pieces in, and then I'm going to share with you the 3 cards that you can create with this wonderful kit. Let's kind of clear it up a little bit. So again with this kit, here's the 3 cards. So we have the butterfly, we have this butterfly card, and then we have this card here. So they're all created with the kit, and you get 3 of each, so you get 9 cards. You're also going to get the step-by-step instructions, just like you would with our paper pumpkin. Again, it has the ruler on the side. It has the pictures, the diagram step-by-step. Flip that over. Here it has a QR code that you can punch, and then you can see some examples. It also tells coordinating colors and all of that. So it's a great, great, great little kit. Now, if butterflies is not your favorite thing, that's okay. There's going to be plenty of other kits. Here's a little flyer that shares some of the different ones we have. So here is a beautiful floral one, a nautical one. This one is a favorite of mine. I love the colors in it. Here's a really cute treat one, be great for a kid's party. And then this one here has a lot of things. It's like a Father's Day, birthday, anniversary, dad, cousin, nephew, brother, grandpa, kind of another masculine themed one. And then on the back, here's another one right here. So it's pretty cool. Now, if you're interested in getting a flyer or some information on the kits, they will be going live on June 1st, and I'll be posting some more about those. It's just a super fun one. And I can give you a sneak peek. I was able to see our holiday mini catalog that's coming out. It'll be coming out August 1st, and there are some adorable, just ones you'll die for, Christmas kits that are going to be available. So keep an eye on those. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the projects that I created. And if you have any questions about them, if you're interested in placing an order, just message me. You can make a comment in the comment section, and I'd be happy to get back to you and answer any of your questions. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful Memorial weekend. Bye-bye.